What's up, friends? I'm Tyler. Welcome back to my channel. And yeah, I changed my setup just a little bit. It's not anything too drastic. You've seen all this stuff before, but just makes it a little easier to do videos. And yeah, I enjoy it a lot more. But it's not what we're talking about today. Today, we're doing another edition of Shearching Shudder. I realized earlier today that I could have called it Shearching Shit on Shudder. Obviously that's not very like YouTube friendly, and so glad I didn't go with that. But regardless, we got some work to be doing. I'm so excited to do this because I've kind of fallen off with horror films since the month of December, mainly because I got really into like a bunch of TV shows. Like it was like The Mandalorian, and then The Witcher, and then I finally finished The Crown. Oh, there's so much good television out there that it's just insane. But I feel like I need to get back into the swing of the horror genre because I love horror movies and I want to watch some more horror films. I haven't checked out Shudder in a while. I'm hoping there's some good stuff on it. I don't really know what I'm looking for at this point. We're just doing whatever. So yeah, let's get started. Now, yeah, like I said, I haven't been on here in quite a while, so I'm not even sure what all they've added. I feel like since I've been off the site for a little while, it's been a couple weeks. I'm usually on this daily, so like not going on it for a couple weeks, it feels like a while. I'm real curious as to see what they added in January. The really cool Shudder exclusives kind of slowed down after Halloween, so curious if they added even more. And yeah, I want to see a good movie. Come on, Shudder, let's see this. Headhunter, that is right front and center. That seems interesting. A medieval warrior's gruesome collection of heads is missing only one. The monster that killed his daughter years ago. Huh. And it's a Shudder exclusive. That's cool. And it's very well reviewed. Huh. Loved it. Surprised ending. Okay, I don't want to have it spoiled for me, so I don't want to look at the member reviews because all I saw stuff was about the ending, and obviously I don't want to have anything about the ending. This sounds interesting. I'm not super in the mood for this right now because as much as like, yeah, I guess it's technically horror, and yeah, I guess it's a thing, but it's not really my thing, so we'll just get right off of that. Yeah. Now let's look into the newly added, oh yeah, Monster Squad. If you have not seen Monster Squad, you have got to check this film out. The best way to describe it is it's the horror version of The Goonies. The biggest recommendation that I can give you is if you have children, you need to watch this with your kids. Like, there's no better way to potentially get them into the horror genre than with Monster Squad. I just can't recommend enough. It's so ahead of its time and just amazing in every single, I mean, look at this. Just look, yeah, watch it. I'm looking through, let's see, Patchwork. Ooh, is this an old one? Oh, it's a new one. After a night on the town, Jennifer, Ellie, and Madeline awake to find themselves stitched together into the same body. Determined to find out what happened to them and who was responsible, they set out for a madcap quest for revenge. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it seems interesting. Yeah, that's the best I could say. It seems interesting. Let's see, Demon. Newly arrived from England to marry his fiancée, Peter has been given a gift of her family's ramshackle country house in rural Poland. While inspecting the premises on the eve of the wedding, he falls into a pile of human remains. The ceremony proceeds, but strange things begin to happen. During the wild reception, Peter comes undone, and a Dybbuk, iconic ancient figure from Jewish folklore, takes a toehold in this present-day celebration for a very particular reason. Huh. I feel like there's gonna be some weird religious message to this. I feel like anything with like demons and any religion, it's like, oh yeah. Which, I mean, I don't have a problem with. I love the Conjuring series, and that's so like Catholic. That's the first one that I'm like, I don't really know about. The Marshes? Ooh, what is this? In the middle of nowhere is a labyrinthy marshland teetering on the verge of extinction. Committed to saving it is Dr. Priya Anand. I'm assuming that's that girl. Using diligence and reason to fight the forces of ignorance that threaten its existence. Oh, so this is a climate change movie. I mean, I don't mind that because, I mean, obviously climate change is a big issue that we're dealing with right now. That's, I guess, interesting. But 2 stars. Like, if it's 2 stars and there's no name actors, it just, not in the mood for it. Not in the mood for it. Let's see this. Oh, for a second I said lulz. Lose. Luz. Luz? Luz? How do you say that? Who's German? Who speaks German? Lives. Alright. Well, I'm assuming that's what that light is. Lulz. Lulz. Oh, that's a name. Young cab driver fleeing from the grasp of a possessed woman whose confession could endanger the lives of everyone who crosses their path. I mean, I think that the cover is really cool looking. Almost looks like a weird video game. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I also just don't really feel like watching that kind of movie. Iskander, Shadow of the River. Ooh, it's a TV show. A Shudder exclusive series. I don't know how I haven't heard of this. I'm not really in the market for a TV show right now. I'm already watching way too... Oh, what? What? Smoke and Mirrors, the story of Tom Savini? Oh, fuck yes. Special makeup effects legend, actor, director, stuntman Tom Savini has redefined the horror genre with his arsenal of talents. Did I just correct them? I corrected them with, okay, whatever. They can't spell on Shudder. We don't hold that against them. But who is the man behind the king of splatter? From his childhood home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to his tour of duty during Vietnam. Smoke and Mirrors is a defining documentary on the life and career of horror icon Tom Savini. Yep. 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 Yep, that's 100% what we're watching. I am very excited about this. For some reason, it like slipped my... I remember him, like Savini tweeting that this would be on Shudder, but I just forgot that they were putting it up there. And oh my God, look at these people. Obviously Tom Savini, but then Danny McBride, Robert Rodriguez, Danny Trejo, Alice Cooper, Greg Nicotero. I mean, that right there shows you how influential Savini is. But that's, yeah, that is the movie that we're doing. It's a documentary. That works. I'm so fucking interested in this. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, let's get into this and let's go. Okay, let's discuss this. Now, I usually do like my good and then bad, but I'm gonna switch it up and just briefly go over the bad and then like expand upon the good, because if you guys watched the last video, you know I'm just not wanting to be super negative this year. This year makes it sound like I'm only gonna do it in 2020. I just mean from this point forward. I'm sure I'll regress in areas, but whatever. The first part, it opens with this like cool black and white little thing with Doug Bradley, except I understand what they were going for, but the camera is a little too good for that. It's clear that they just turned the contrast way up, and then there's like a weird stutter to the frame rate. It just looks really cheap and very student filmish, which is kind of the production of this overall. There's just a lack of polish. It's very jarring at points, especially if you watch something like Crystal Lake Memories and then see this. Even some of the transitions, it's like, oh crap, it looks like someone like forgot that during the export. So that aspect was fairly disappointing, but I mean, I still got to find out so many cool things about this film, and I have to just praise Tom Savini for a minute because I absolutely love Savini. I have been following him on all social medias since, God, I don't even know, like when I got them, like way back in the late 2000 whatevers. He's awesome. He's so cool. He's very nice with the fans, and this documentary, I was just glad that they decided to spotlight someone that's often overlooked. And like when they do the little montage of all the different, like, because they show all the titles for all the films he's either acted in or done effects for, and it's pretty unreal the amount that he has done. Just mind-blowing how much he has done in the industry. Now, there's just a lot of really interesting information about Savini himself in this documentary. I had no idea that he pretty much grew up on the stage, like doing so much stage work, and so acting was one of his like major passions. I always just thought that kind of came later, at the opportunity arose, so he just did it. But no, that's not the case at all, and that was really interesting to find out. And another thing that was just, it was so humanizing, is he was talking about having an inferiority complex because someone mentioned his like big nose, and so that was always something that he thought about over the years, and like it was like what drove him to be able to prove, no, I'm not defined just by this one attribute that you see physically on me. So that was really cool because the world can kind of really beat you down a lot these days, and when you see successful people, you kind of don't see them as ever being beaten down like that. So it was just very interesting, and I already knew about the Vietnam stuff with Savini. I feel like most do if you know anything with Savini. So that was whatever. My dad is like a huge fan of David Letterman, absolutely huge. So seeing Savini pop up on Letterman was so cool. I've never seen that footage. That was really awesome. You didn't really see that, and yet you had Savini doing it, especially because he even mentioned that he was on it for advertising for Day of the Dead, which is nuts to me. Like, how? That doesn't happen anymore at all. So Savini just like transcended what it meant to be a special effects makeup guy. It was also really cool to see the deleted scenes from Dusk Till Dawn. Maybe those are included on the DVD somewhere that I just haven't noticed, but that was really awesome to see. I also just love the idea of that, because they actually show the footage in it. You just know that that's Robert Rodriguez being like, oh yeah, I got that footage somewhere, I'll show it to you, I'll even commentate it for you. That's so cool, and it really shows how much these people love Tom Savini. And I always wondered why he kind of fell off a bit after From Dusk Till Dawn. It never made sense to me that he finally got this spotlight and then he didn't take advantage of it. Well, this documentary dives into that, and it's unfortunate, but it's also fortunate. Obviously, he loves how his life turned out, but the reason I'm not saying it is because I want you to watch this documentary. I don't want to just tell you all the cool parts about it. Despite the low production quality of this documentary, it's still worth seeing in order to find out these very interesting things about Tom Savini. In fact, and this was the thing that absolutely blew me away, he actually gives his reason for why he no longer does special effects work anymore. Again, I'm not gonna tell you because you should watch the documentary, but it was absolutely crazy to see, because I've always wondered that. Always part of me kind of hoped of like, oh, maybe come back to do something, but I mean, he didn't come back to do special effects for Land of the Dead, and so I feel like that was like the absolute prime opportunity. So if he wasn't returning then, I didn't think he was going to be returning, but it's nice to have closure on that and know why he can no longer do that anymore. Which is too bad, because obviously greatest special effects guru to have ever lived, just absolutely incredible. He's up on that Mount Rushmore very easily. I love that this documentary will open up more people to the work of Tom Savini, because I didn't even mention Creepshow, but Creepshow has so many good ones. Savini is just synonymous with amazing special effects work. Yeah, if you have Shudder, it is absolutely worth a watch. Make sure that you check it out because it's just really endearing. And there is a part where Tom Savini appeared on Extreme Home Makeover, did something for this kid who was like a big fan of him, and it legit made me cry. It was so heartwarming and warmed this cold heart up. So that was really cool, and yeah, that's really all. I hope that you enjoyed this latest edition of Shearching Shudder. I will see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and yeah. I was gonna do the Ferris Bueller thing, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that.